When anyone steps into your kitchen for the very first time, the first thing they're likely going to notice are the kitchen cabinets, but they're especially going to notice the drawer fronts or the drawer faces for those cabinets. In this video, we're going to go over step by step how I built the drawer front faces for our kitchen cabinets. Let's dive in. We'll get started with some measurements. We want to make sure that the edges of our drawer fronts are the same distances from the edges of the cabinet box on both the left and right sides and from the countertops. And also, we want to make sure that each drawer front is spaced equally from other drawer fronts above and below. I used some scrap lumber to make a mock-up of sorts. I wanted to confirm my measurements. I wanted to make sure that the aesthetics would work based on my measurements. And I wanted to give myself an idea that before I started cutting and gluing and fastening the perimeters together, the perimeters of the faces together, that everything was going to look good, everything was going to measure out correctly. Now that I've got a first set of lumber cut, I can double check, make sure everything's going to look good, everything's going to fit, and then I'll fasten these perimeter pieces together. I recommend using a softwood like pine to make your perimeter pieces. The only reason you would use a hardwood such as maple or oak is if you're going to leave the wood, leave the faces unpainted and maybe hit them with varnish. However, it's very rare that you see unpainted cabinets, cabinet faces in any kitchen. Cabinets are almost always painted. That said, go ahead and use hardwood if you wish, but it's going to be much more difficult to work. Here I'm going to cut some notches in the perimeter pieces. This will allow me to place a board installed within the perimeter pieces to create our shaker look. I'm using a scrap piece of wood here to cut a notch, and that's the notch I'm going to use as a guide for all future perimeter pieces. You'll notice that one side is a little bit wider than the other side. Your mileage may vary. It just happened to work out that way for me. And because I'm not using dado blades to cut the notches, I actually make 3 cuts on each perimeter piece. I cut 2 notches based on that scrap piece that I showed you earlier, and then sometimes I have to make a 3rd pass to get rid of any excess material in between the first 2 notch cuts. And as always, safety first. You can see I'm using guide pieces both alongside the perimeter piece, and I'm also using a pusher piece. Here's the first 4 perimeter pieces around, in this case, a maple board. So yes, I am using hardwood for the board piece. That's because I wanted a little bit more strength for that center piece. Once you have your perimeter pieces cut, the notches cut that is, you want to dry fit everything together, make sure everything looks good, everything fits together, and then you can add some high strength wood glue inside the notches and then clamp the whole assembly together. And I recommend letting it dry overnight, let it cure overnight, and then you'll have your first drawer front facing. You'll see there's a little excess glue around the perimeter. That glue dries clear, and of course it's going to get painted over anyway, so it won't be visible. Now, before painting everything, I recommend that you drill the holes you need for your pulls. In this case, I'm measuring up everything I need to for the pulls. I'm using brushed chrome pulls, and I've got to measure up the spacings between where the pulls are mounted. I've got to make sure that the measurements are equidistant for the left bolt and the right bolt. I want to make sure the pull itself is level, and it's a lot easier to do all this before painting than after painting. If you're like me, you'll screw up at least one hole drilled for the pulls. I had to come back and drill another hole and then patch up the old one, but at least I did all that before painting everything. So anyway, confirm that your drawer pulls are level and that they're parallel to any drawer pulls above and below them. Here's a view of one of our cabinets nearing completion. I went ahead and tested a paint shade on one of the drawer faces just to make sure that paint shade was going to work for us. We decided, yep, that's the color we're going to go with. You'll note the butcher block countertop is already in place and just about to be fastened onto the new cabinets. Please check out my video on installing a butcher block countertop around a kitchen sink, along with the other videos in my kitchen remodeling series. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please subscribe to my channel and have a great day.